Peace to the God. What's up, my Lord?
Peace, the remix.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a minute.
That's dope. Peace, man. What's good? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How was your travels, man?
Everything's all right. I learned a lot, and I actually want to talk to you about it at some point offline. I mean, it's like, you know, some trips you have like you have your preconceived notion of what you think is going to happen or what you want to happen, and then you learn a lot about yourself instead. So it was painful when I was going through it, but while I was out there, but it was well worth it, and I learned a lot, and I did get to build some people and stuff while I was out there, but it was an interesting trip, introspective, man. Like, it forced me to go inside. So
I wanted to get with you, man. I was up north, fires and shit that started up here, man. It was crazy as hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the state was on fire, so I mean, I threw a wrench into it.
It's a crazy time to be out here, dog. I mean, shit, you know, when it's fall and Christmas time out here, it'd be like 80, 90 degrees. That's the best time to come out here.
Wow. But was it? Everything's good though, as far as that goes. As far as
everything's blessed. Yeah, they cleaned all that up, man. I think there's like little fires here and there, man, but it's mostly contained right now. It started getting a little cooler now and shit. Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. So for everybody, this is episode 9 of Constant Elevation with Brother J. We're gonna be we're just talking about why we missed episode 8 when I was out in Los Angeles, but
yeah,
we're making up for it right now. So we got a topic. It's ghostwriting. We'll get into that a little bit. So if you do have comments or questions regarding the topic, please use the questions featured below, and we can maybe pull them up and talk about it. But we are trying to stick to that topic. As I always say, you know, Brother Jay's a nice guy, but he doesn't really care if you went to school with him in 3rd grade. Right now, that's not the time for that shit. Also, just like on the page, if you get on any fuck shit, we'll send your ass home because we don't have time for that here.
Yeah, man. Big up to everybody, man. I see the things coming down. I can see a little bit of them at the bottom and whatnot.
Right. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. It's a fun feature to have in the chat, man, when people can interact. So salute. So all right, man. So my team brought this idea up because I've been hearing about, you know, as a fan, been hearing a lot about finding out people that didn't write their shit or whatever. So it's come up a lot with my circle. And so they suggested this. And so I'm excited to see where it goes because I didn't really plan much. I just said, okay, like, this is the topic. And then you said something back to me. So I know there's going to be a lot of layers to this. And here's what I realized when we rock together. And everybody should understand this. I come from the point of view of fan first, always. Like, that's just my brain. I mean, I'm a fan. You come from and I've noticed you had another perspective of being in this game for 30 years, and you're like, hey, here's a totally different take on it. And so I really appreciate that. And I was thinking, I was talking to my man, I was like, yo, Brother J gonna have me thinking ghostwriting is the best thing since sliced bread by the time we're done with this shit.
Yeah, it works.
But
yeah, we're gonna do it.
So we're gonna build on it. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about it. And the way I just want to, I'll set it off like this. Whatever for everybody. And we can get into my take a little bit. My particular take on the practice of ghostwriting in rap music, as a fan, it makes me want to throw up in my mouth, and I hate it. We'll talk about that in a little bit after. I want to get your take on it before you break my whole brain down. I want to get your take on it.
Right.
As a fan, just as a taking it back, just, you know, early days or whatever. Just your fan take on it first.
I mean, look, we talked about this briefly at certain times when we was talking about artists. You know what I'm saying? And you was mentioning that, I think it was somebody like Drake or somebody didn't write their stuff or whatever. And, you know, even someone like a Lil Wayne or whatever case may be. And I, you know, in my mind, I'm like, look, when the game shifts to a certain gear, you don't have time to lay on your floor in the basement and be, you know, shifting with different, you know, hooks and different shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that kind of time. It's, you know, it's a business at that point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, especially if you have a music that can easily be processed by other people and whatnot. I've never had the grace of having a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? I've had people who assist me with production and tracks. You know, we were sampling a lot of times and whatnot, but you know, my writing was different, so I couldn't go to somebody like an R&B cat and be like, "Yo, write me a hook."
Would you?
It wouldn't happen. You know, it couldn't happen.
Would you?
You know, so yeah, huh? Would I? You said,
yeah.
Would I do it? I mean, yeah. I mean, if I could find that quality of writer, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I haven't found that quality of writer that could write that, you know, vainglorious music that we put out. You know, it was a acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't. You know, I've never had the pleasure of doing that. I know if I had, you know, a 20-city tour and, you know, pressure was on my neck and stuff like that, and the album is due, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind somebody to write a hook, you know what I'm saying, that made sense. You know, I hear a lot of stuff nowadays, certain hooks that I can twist and tweak a little bit that would make sense in my world. But for cats that just rhyme about whatever, you know, I would tell them to get a group of songwriters. You got to think about how Motown was back in the day with the tastemakers and whatnot. You know, they basically helping you to mold those hooks and things of that nature. You know, they're not gonna let you come out of the lab with the corny business. You know, and most cats are writing for, you know, where they're at. If you're living in a box, then you writing for your box. Those who have a global mind, you know what I'm saying? Like I took notes on some of the top ghostwriters out right now, you know, Royce the 5'9", King Los, you know, Mace. You think about all the hits that he made, Eminem while he was paying dues, Kumo D, Sauce Money, DOC, Rhymefest. You know, these cats, you know, it's a position in the game. I don't think it should be regarded as the person who's receiving the script, you know, to be like they're not capable anymore. I don't think it's that. I think they're trying to protect their consistency when they get a ghostwriter to make sure that they, you know, stay in the platinum status, you know, just in my opinion.
All right, so I'm gonna stop you right there. So going back to when you came up, you're a little older than me. You know what I'm saying? You're from the kind of the Park era a little bit. I mean, so like back in the day though.
Yeah.
What, like, was that an established, accepted practice as far as MCs? And again, I'm cutting to the very essence. You're talking about cats making money and stuff like that. And again,
right,
that actually makes some sense, as much as I don't want to say so. But
yeah.
but like I'm looking at like the purest of pure as far as when this, you know what I'm saying, back in the day shit, like, you know, mid 80s, late 80s. Was that an accepted practice back then? Was that the thing?
Well, I'm saying like this, it's better than body. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, some cats were just totally biting off people's concepts, bro, and just switching the words up. So, you know, if you got a ghostwriter and y'all come together and mutually agree, like we're making this song together, you know what I'm saying? I don't see no harm in that. It's better than bite. Some cats were just biting completely, you know, biting the dick off completely, bro, and wearing it to work. It was theirs. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy stuff.
I'm gonna drill down even a little further then, because you made a good point. Right, you know, as far as writing songs and stuff like that, we're gonna get into that in a little bit, because you made the Motown comparison and stuff. What about you said it is better than biting. What about like just cats passing off? I'm saying, and I guess what I'm looking at more is like finding out like 20 years later that a hit song that I thought so and so wrote, spit, that was their heart into that shit, was written by somebody else. It was passed off like it was written. I mean, like it was written by them though. And I guess that's what I'm referring to more than anything. Not when, I mean, I still don't care for it.
Why does that disappoint you so much? Why does that disappoint you so much, big brother? Why does that disappoint you when you find out?
Here's why for me, as a fan.
All right.
It's based on how I came up in this shit. So people a lot of times make the comparison to you know, R&B or whatever. You know.
Right.
So to me, there's a huge difference, because in singing, the voice matters more than anything, and it's already been an established practice. Like you have people that songwriters, that's their career, that's what they do. So in singing, the voice, that's everything. I mean, most singers don't write their own shit, so that's already been an established practice. As far as rapping goes, and as far as how I was taught, how it came up, what I learned or whatever, You write your own shit, and particularly because it's you. It's your expression of you, like your street tales, your hood tales, your conscious shit or whatever. It's your expression. So then therefore for me, for an MC who carries themselves in such a way or whatever, and again, this was back in the day. It's a lot different now. I understand it's different, but I'm saying from a fan perspective, you see an MC or whatever, and you hear, you see the credits. It doesn't say like sung by or performed by Ice Cube and written by so and so or whatever. In most cases, it doesn't. It says da 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 da. And so, like, to me, that's a 52 fake out in rap for me. Like, it's hard.
All right, so
it's
so let me interject.
Huh?
Let me interject to your point. Now, when an artist first comes out, you would want them to have written their first situation because you want to learn their personality. But you got to think, if their signature is so strong that someone can say, yo, I can take your style and add on to it. I wrote something for you. That's kind of like an honor, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if I was writing something for RZA or versus a Drake or something, you can tell the distinct type of writing that I would have to do. I would have to be able to study that artist to say, okay, more gritty here or more ambient sounds around, whatever case may be. So if an artist has that kind of consideration where people will start scripting for them, that's kind of an honor, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want worth somebody to pick up the pen to say, yo, I want to compliment them like I'm part of their group, then, you know, I mean, you know, your career is probably very into a limited neighborhood type of space and whatnot. The hooks that you writing at the garage when you're trying to get a deal is much different than when you fill in the arena. Okay? I wouldn't want to hear about around the way, Rhonda and Michelle and this and, you know, the little things that y'all used to do around the shit. I want to hear about some bigger shit. So somebody may see your stellar rise as an artist and say, okay, your neighborhood rap got a little buzz. Now I'm coming in to give you some polish to take you to that other shit as you start to transform. The hat to the back is no longer in style. You got to get the, you know, the new brim and the new dud. So your old writing may not match where you're going. So the ghostwriter is kind of like a coach. That's like me being a player and saying, I don't need a defensive coach. I don't need an offensive, whatever case may be. I'm good by myself because I got here because I was the nicest on my court in Brooklyn or whatever. Now, you know good and well that you need that sauce. You need somebody training the body. You need this. This is what the ghostwriters are. This is what the A&R. Look, the game has been so far from artist development, bro, that cats just think they can do it for themselves. It don't work like that, man. You know, it's a job to maintain hits. Once you get into a place, if I'm Ludacris or Busta Rhymes, you damn right I want somebody coming to write my lyrics and whatnot, or write a hook and save me some time, or maybe even inspire some writing where I'm stuck. I would want that. I would want to kick that.
I still can't. I can't imagine. And somebody said it in here. I still can't. That all makes sense. What you just said makes sense. I can't imagine nobody writing for Brother J though. And I know that. And I know for a fact. You know, if I found out that like somebody was writing like your shit over the years, my head would fucking explode and I would almost quit this shit, yo. Because
I never had that pleasure, bro. I think the most I've done is on Mecca, where I had people singing hooks and things of that nature, you know, like Quazadelic, you know, was singing a hook. And this was a song that I came into, or we was in the lab together building. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's such thing as co-writing in my world and whatnot. But to give somebody my pen to say, write my verse, I don't have it in me. And I've never seen.
And the thing is, the ghostwriters that I know, the cats that I know that are dope MCs that ghostwrite for other cats.
Right.
None of them have had nobody write for them. They're all like, nah. You know what I'm saying? So there's an element to what I'm saying, because everybody that I know that's a ghostwriter has never had anybody write for them. And they like, nah, fuck that, yo. You know, I don't
because they're on a different tier and understanding. If you're able to divide your personality into many different people, then you on your own has to be super ill. I couldn't see nobody writing for Rhyme Fest and, you know, different cats that I see. But I can see someone like Kanye who's capable, you know, giving the pen to somebody and say, yo, man, put me something together, man, and let me step into the script. You know what I'm saying? Because they are at a superstar status. When he was proving himself now, I'm sure his pen, and, you know, some of Rhyme Fest as well, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure his pen was more busier than, you know, than ever in his get down, I'm sure. But, you know, it gets to a point, man, where you kind of ascend past that. When you can take the time to sit down and say, yo, man, I got time to lay these verses out today and play with them for a couple of days, and you're not in a rush, you're not going to sound check, you're not running the radio, you're not doing all of these crazy things, because you can wear your day into your writing and make a real whack song. And, you know, especially today, you don't really have that time to make anything whack, bro. I mean, you know, 1 or 2 whack songs you can be forgotten about, man. 100,000 artists a day coming through in this bitch. So you can't afford to lose your position. So ghostwriting more than ever now than then. Back in the days, we were battling, you know, to be worthy of being signed on a label. These cats are just going straight to the YouTube and shit like that just to keep people liking them. So it's, you know, it's 2 different worlds with that ghostwriting thing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know, artists today, they should be grouping together to have ghostwriting groups, think tanks and shit.
No, I definitely think there's 2 different worlds. And again, I'm always, for the most part, I'm always coming from the ultimate fan level, like, yo, this was my hero, Brother J. Nobody can write for Brother J. Fuck out of here. I ain't hearing that shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care what you say either. Nobody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But so it's funny though, you mentioned something like big up to my man Apathy, who wrote "This Weed Is Mine" for Snoop, and App doesn't even smoke. So
wow, look at that.
So when you talk about skill, I mean, like, he don't even smoke, and so
see, and he's probably gonna point out things that Snoop is not gonna point out, you know, in a song like that. So Snoop would say, yo, let me get somebody who's looking at me from the other side, put something together for me, and then he can step his it's no different than reading a movie script. You know what I'm saying? You think that the Arnold Schwarzenegger is thinking like the Terminator, and so someone's giving him a script and say, yo, hasta la viva, baby, and all kinds of shit, and he has to put his personality into it. You know, so even like a Lil Wayne, for him to be able to put his personality around the Guns kid who writes for them, you know what I'm saying, a lot of material for them. That dude is nice as hell to me. I think he should be out kicking it. But seeing how much success happens behind that ghostwriting, a lot of cats who miss the bus should get on that other bus and start writing for some of the younger generation. We made that point on one of our podcasts. You know what I'm saying? If you miss the bus, what you gonna do? Sit around 80 years old talking about, yo, I get a chance to bust my rhyme, let me go to YouTube? No. The reason that these young heads are writing so crazy and out of the chain, because we're separated. You know, there's a deep gap between us. If we were sharing that writing to say, you know, step our lingo to the next level, or this is a ride that was popular at the time, take it to the next plane, put your personality and y'all sound bounce or whatever it is on it and take it somewhere else. But there's nothing wrong with assisting, and that's business. That's publishing. Right. You know what I'm saying? These guys, you should have a publishing company set up to say, yeah, I own this and I'm lending this to this company to gain me some chips. So if you don't get a chance to go out and sell, what are you going to do? Sit around and just let the shit sit around like Prince's father in the basement and shit? Bunch of sheet music and nobody doing shit with it? Ain't nobody going to check for that shit. You better put that shit on the market. You better call some of these artists and say, yo, man, I heard your shit. Your shit is close to my style. You know what I'm saying? If I was somebody like Corrupt and I heard Meek Mill, I would say, yo, man, you close to my style in this era. Let me give you a song that I never finished or something that matches the time or whatever, and I would do business. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I feel the elder generation in hip hop should be doing. You know, pass the scripts on, and once your style of writing is out, you know what I'm saying? Look at Faith Evans, writing for others and then blew up when it was her time to come out. Look at Missy Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Writing for others, forming all kinds of theme and everything around artists. And then when it's their time to get down, they already got the top shelf sitting, you know what I'm saying, to hit people in the head, man. I love that kind of artistry, my Lord. I love that. And it is a form of writing and lyricism, brother. Ghostwriting should be respected to me. You know, it is, you're still the writer.
No,
if you're performing that shit or not.
And again, for me, I respect the writers. I still, as again, you know, we've talked about. I don't want to keep going in circles. I have a hard time more as an artist. I mean, who getting their songs done for them. I understand the perspective you talk about as far as, you know, that you shared. Yo, one interesting point that you brought up, and we were talking. I was talking about this with my man because I was like, yo, here's how. I bet he's gonna look at it like this. And I was thinking, yeah. So for somebody who didn't necessarily, let's say there's an artist, right, and he's nice, but he doesn't really have that charisma like that the labels want, right? But he's nice, he can spit, but he doesn't have that. So it's hard. It's kind of awkward or something. Then there's another lane then for that person. You know what I'm saying? It may not necessarily be the best performer or like just might not be the best person you want to see in your face. Like, but yes. So we were talking. I was like, yeah, but he's gonna go there. So
you already know because it's not for everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? You fool yourself out of the shower to go sit in front of the label talking about listen to my demo. A serious reality can smack you in the side of your dome. But you don't have to leave there with a no. You can be like, look, if I don't fit the part, okay, maybe I could write for some of the artists that are here since you like my material. You know what I'm saying? You coming in there out of shape, not ready to rock. You don't look like you'll last like 10 tours. Yo, them hot lights and shit and living in them fucking coffin boxes and shit. You can't be out of shape. You got to be right. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be like, and the label sees that. And you think about a label, bro. These back in the days, it's an investment. Okay, so it's not like, hey, I like you. Let's go ahead and put you up on the stream. It's like, no, I'm writing you a check. Yeah. So you know, so you really got to be on some. You know, are you willing to take a ghostwriter if you come in here with some whack hooks? Imagine somebody coming in 1990 talking about Percocet, and they would be like, you know, let's get our ghostwriter on this a little bit and kind of, you know, expand it. Now they don't have any artist development to care or give a fuck. They're just like, hey, throw it on the wall, see if it sticks.
Right. And I've heard worse. It usually does now.
Yeah. Real shit. So it's a different status. I think artist development should have been returned, bro. I mean, none of this would be happening.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
How would you bring it back? Because I guess, I mean, wasn't that was going on within the labels though, right? So it seems like since the labels, with the exception of a few majors that get the, you know, poppy artists or whatever, but for what we're talking about or whatever, up and coming cats, I mean, like how did, because I mean, our company, we even do that. We try to help artists. Like, look, we deal with more like the social media, and because we're saying, look, if you're gonna be on social media doing shit, you got to kind of do it like this. But the labels were doing that stuff though before, right? So if with the labels kind of out of the game for rap artists, like what do you recommend as far as getting that intel? I mean, there's a lot of companies out there to do it, but I mean, it's not built into the game like it seems like it was before. Was that correct?
Yeah, because I hear what you're saying. I mean, people don't have the respect for the brand anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's running away from the brand. Instead of wanting to join the Lakers, you want to go and one or get on the YouTube and play ball. All right? You don't want to be on the Lakers anymore. Cats ain't sitting around with the jersey on talking about I want to be Kobe. You just want to be at the park and make everybody go ooh and ah. So that's how the label thing is. But when they bring the respective brands back now, you know, even when I did my X-Clan stuff, I didn't put it out on my own. I went and found an independent label. You know what I'm saying? Suburban Noise. Never had signed an artist of my caliber, and I said, yo, I'm going to dig out a certain wing. Now, when I bring music to the table, I have other people that are marketing my stuff to say, man, that's a marketable record. I can put that in the X Games, or I can put that on this radio station who plays jazz, because I had different elements on my shit. So having that, joining a team will get you that artist development. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the labels are doing nowadays because everybody's kind of, you know, bringing their shit down, putting it to a minimum. But, you know, if you want quality acts and consistent hits, you got to bring the A&R back, bro. Especially for the type of hip hop that you respect and I respect as well, you know, outside of the commercial business. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be, quote unquote, underground, you still got to make good music, regardless of who you are. So if you want to make something that's memorable, you just spitting to me has no replay value. If you want to get on here and be the best rap dude, you go ahead and shoot 32 bars at me with no hook. that record probably will only play once or twice in my situation. I'm never going to play it again. All right. So the A&R will come in and say, let me space this 32 or make me break this 8 up and put a bridge here and do whatever. You know, that's what their job was. They got lazy over the years. Okay, because the A&R and the president were one at one time. When they got lazy, they separated, and the president said, I'll be over here chilling. You go ahead and deal with the listen to my demo motherfuckers and shit. But it used to be the person who was in charge of the investment, making sure that the investment was carried out. If you're taking out loans for artists, you think I'm going to give you $100,000 out of my pocket or out of the company's budget? These are loans. You got to pay it back through sales. So you think I'm going to let you go up there, some stoop rap that you made with your boys and shit, and you think about, here, sell this to the world? That's not going to happen. Yeah, those artists made themselves underground. If they were obeying the real factor of, let me make a bomb song. If I'm commercial or not, whatever I'm labeled at, let cats always be able to fuck with me and say, yo, that dude makes good music. All right, that's going to open up a different door. So if you got to get 4 or 5 ghostwriters from around the way, I always say this: poets and freestyle artists are the best hook makers. Those dudes should be employed all the time. And most of those cats that I've named on that list have been through poetry on extreme standard at some point in their game. Okay, I can imagine somebody like King Los not being heavy in the poetic side of things before getting into the rap and this and that, because of the dimensions that they fuck with. I can imagine a Sauce Money or somebody could have been a killer spoken word artist. You think about somebody like Jill Scott. I saw Jill Scott as a spoken word artist first. I didn't see her as a R&B individual. And I knew good and well in my mind, like, yo, that's a killer writer. She's going to have a super career, whatever she wanted to do. If she wanted to rap or whatever the fuck it was. You know, that's the people who have it, that are not fooling themselves. Those are the people that can reach out to other songwriters and say, yo, I'm stumped. Give me some idea. Give me some riffs. I have sessions where I just let people come in and smoke or drink or whatever the fuck they do, sober, whatever it is, and just hum on beats. You know, something that you're humming there may inspire me to go say, oh shit, that's a good way to ride, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a writer. So I know what to do with that. Even when I'm stuck, I know how to chisel out and do whatever. Some people get totally stuck, bro. Okay? And they need a different inspiration. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that to me, my lord. Okay. That keeps your business fresh, man. And that really expands the level of your band. You know what I'm saying? You think about all the groups of the past, Rick James, George Clinton, all of them. You think those dudes was in there writing by themselves, dog? There's absolutely no fucking way. James Brown, all of that shit. There's no way in the world you writing all that shit to yourself with a dope-ass band that could come to you. Think about the Doors. The fucking organ writer coming up. Yo, I wrote this song last night, light my shit on fire or whatever. So the homie has to take his square writing on the pad and put that fire on it and holler and scream and do his shit on it and make it a real rock joint. That's camaraderie, dog. You know what I'm saying? Cats can't be afraid of that. The cats who are not afraid of it are successful as fuck right now. Look at the people that we're talking about. Eminem writing for Dre. You're writing for a billionaire motherfucking artist. That's an honorable position, my lord, in my opinion.
No, I feel you, and I certainly you made a lot of good points. I certainly agree with the teamwork aspect. I know, you know what I'm saying, and I'm certainly not talking about like, yo, fam, like, why don't you say it like this, do it like this, why don't you flip this, add this in there. I mean, I get it. You listen, there's power, there's strength in numbers, and we've talked about this several times in a variety of different ways on our show about having a solid team, having help, and moving as a unit. So that all, yeah, you know, that makes sense. And I can't argue with that. Not that I would want to. One interesting point you made about the A&Rs. Remember how much power they had back in the day? As far as, I mean, think about like Andre Harrell, you know, Puff, like the A&Rs were like fucking, you know what I'm saying, some movers and shakers in this shit back in the day. And it was, and they made good ones, made a big difference in this game. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah, because it's all on you at the end of the day. If you're an A&R for Def Jam, it's like being the scouting coach for the ball team. I always compare shit to basketball and shit. But I'm saying you're the scouting coach. Okay, if you fuck around and get future Dwayne Wade, or LeBron, and the fucking Bosh, and you form that kind of squad, shit, your check is gonna be fat. You bringing home the rings and the trophies and the Grammys and all of the shit, you know. So your position when somebody steps up and say, "Yo, I'm the nicest dude around my way," and you just come in with rap, I can't do shit with rap. You gotta find some bells and whistles, man, that the girls and the guys can get to it. The guys may like you if you busting. I mean, look at Cannabis, bro. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you put up a Cannabis album and say, "Yo, let me bump this"? You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have memorable songs. Unless he was with Fugees or some shit on the shit that he had a little verse on or whatever, then you might skim by his shit. But you're not going back to hear a bunch of battle rap. And that's not to diss him, but it's just being 100. You know what I'm saying? He presented himself. He didn't present himself like a Method Man. Method Man was flexible. You was doing hood rap, just spelling out your name and making it, you know, a melody situation. And Cass is like, "Yo, man, I just love the way this dude hits the pocket." So then you see him getting on Mary J. Blige and all that kind of shit. You feel what I'm saying? It just starts going up. You feel what I'm saying? The tempo changes. You no longer can just spit the loop on the turntable and the rap from around the way shit. You got to upgrade your style. So it's not for everybody the conversation that we're having right now, big bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas are satisfied in the basement and just going to the local spot to bust in the dirty dungeon, and that's it. But for some cats who want to excel, why wouldn't you get 4 or 5 friends who sing and chant and do whatever case may be to write some hooks for you and make a bomb-ass project? Why wouldn't you want to fucking do that? That would baffle me, man. If you're trying to be successful in the game, you can't. You know, my teacher said you eat alone, you choke alone. And that's the wisest shit in the fucking world.
I feel you. So you had made a list of some top ghostwriters. And I don't know of many except for one. I think he's one of the best. But so get into that because I don't know who's. I'm only finding out recently like that cast. I mean, as far as some of the like really popular songs, when I hear some shit like Queen Latifah, some MC Light, I just start to cry, man. But so who was?
Well, why, dog? Why would you be mad? I don't understand why. Because when they get to that level, bro, they have achieved. They're successful. They're busy beyond music at that point, and like, yo, I can give up all the ego that I wrote this or didn't, and just make a bomb ass song. Why would you hate on that?
I'm just a fan. Because I mean, again, it's just how I came up. You write your shit, man. Like you just write your own shit. I you know, like that's just how. I was an hour and a half from you. We didn't grow up too differently. I mean, you just write your shit, man. I mean, I don't know. Like it's just when it comes.
That's like
again,
me.
And again,
yes.
I'm only talking about. Here's again, dude. This is very important because I'm only talking about when I go back to when I start whining and shit. I'm whining as a fan. I'm whining
okay.
as a 13-year-old who heard like whatever cha 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 or this or that, and who was like doing the Running Man in the living room and rewinding. I'm whining as a fan. So when you present, and I knew it. So because I we've rocked a few times now, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna obviously present a different angle because I'm coming from the 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid shit. As far as myths being just shattered and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yes.
So that's why it's a little different for me. I'm not coming like everything you said made perfect sense, yo. Like you know what I mean? Like as far as, especially when you're trying to step it up to another level, and because
I'm not around the way anymore. My ear is not. If I'm Will Smith, I'm not around the way anymore. I'm not going to Philly to say what's the climate, what kind of rap y'all like. So I'm going to hire somebody that has a respect. Did you know Jiggy With It was written with Nas?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. So you would never think that hearing that kind of tempo and shit like that, but it does two things. It gives Will that Nas effect in his world of up-tempo, Hollywood dancing, whatever the fuck it is. It gives him that level of a grit, and then it connects him and bonds him with an artist that he fucks with mentally. Like, it's on his mind. You feel what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it.
And I wouldn't get mad at a rich man who bought a house you know, and he was cleaning his house all his life and bought a bigger house and got a maid or butler and shit, and say, yo, nigga, you don't clean your own house. And I wouldn't get mad.
No, again, I'm not mad. I appreciate everything you're saying. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? As I said, for me, it's just, I don't know. It's just some rules. But here's the thing. Like, there's certain cats I expect their shit to be written. Somebody to be written for them. Wasn't disappointed with fucking Will Smith
like who?
Or something like that, or Nas.
Like your girl Cardi B.
No, don't start with her, man. He's trying to make me. Come on, man. We about to. I think we getting some interference here.
Your girl Cardi B.
Fuck out
she may be writing all that shit too, man. Is she a greater MC than Drake? If she writes that simple shit, dog? Is she a greater MC than Drake? If she writes those simple ass red bottom, this, that, woo, woo. Come on, man. It don't matter if they're writing sometimes.
It definitely doesn't matter these days, man. I mean, I'm beating a dead horse. I mean, it doesn't matter these days as far as a lot of it. I mean, it matters in my little tiny ass world, and that's okay. But you know, and I
fuck with you though. I fuck with you, bro. You know why I fuck with you at? If I found out somebody like Common didn't write, I would be mad. All right.
See, there's people, right? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's people where you'd be like, Black Thought. Anybody?
Right. If I found out Black Thought didn't write, I would be mad.
Black Thought didn't write his own shit. Yo, I'd fucking jump off a bridge and slip my throat on the way down.
Correct. Because there's certain chosen people that you don't even want to hear about in that lane. Like somebody like a Diddy or Dre, yes. I could see somebody coming in and writing and giving you a different flavor because they're producers. You know what I'm saying? They're, you know, Puffy from the dancing world to the production world to the mogul and all of that. I expect somebody to write a verse here and there because, you know, what the fuck time you guys sit there talking about, let me write a rap today and sound better than whoever the fuck. Right. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like a Common, somebody like Ice Cube, who was an original writer, Pharoah Monch.
Like,
yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So you feel me then? I mean, like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be just stuck there. I get your point. I mean, I totally get it. It makes sense. I knew you were gonna go there, but I'm just saying on that level, like there's some shit. Yo, my whole world would be shattered, son. As a hip hop dude, like I'd have to just pull the fucking carry the culture shit. You wouldn't even find me nowhere, man. I'd just be under a bridge. Yeah,
I would be mad. It's certain cats that I would be disturbed if they weren't writing their shit and being like, you know, to the letter. You know what I'm saying? Like a Royce the Five. Anybody from a slaughterhouse is as capable as they are for someone to write your bars. Not just the hook is one thing. Whatever with the hook. But your bars. You know, certain cats I would be disturbed.
Okay, I'm good now. That's all I needed. I mean, right. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You can get. I'm good. That's all I.
I'm not gonna be a party pooper like that, dog. I'm not on it like that. I understand the business side of it, but
that's all. Then we met halfway. So check this.
Yes.
One dope ghostwriter to me is Tretch, who's written for a lot of cats. And so the funny thing is, so he wrote Cruise Pop for the youngsters,
right?
And Jump or the other joint for Chris Cross while they were beefing. He wrote 2 diss tracks for each of them while they were beefing. He did that. That was it.
Yeah, so, yeah. His cadence kind of ushered in that faster flow on tracks. His cadence at that time. And you know what? I do like Tretch when he did that super group with Bumpy Knuckles and who the fuck was on that shit, bro? That shit was so hard and gangster. I forgot what.
They was only together for a hot minute though. I forgot who that was.
Man, that shit was hard as fuck, man. I like that better than the Naughty shit. You know what I'm saying? The Naughty shit was cool and everything. You know, it did its thing, but I like the direction that he was coming in. It was raw, and it wasn't extra. You know what I'm saying? It was him. Yeah, I thought it was dope.
The Naughty shit was fun. But it was too fun for me. I could tell Tretch had dope skills, but I wasn't into like party tracks the whole time. Like I just wasn't trying to. There was more to that. more to him than that. There is more to him than that.
And then once you're in that lane, I'm sure it would have been hard for him to switch up and want to do it like a Tupac type of track. And then you got other group members on there with you and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the Vinny guy like between a Spliff Star and trying to get his own little Fife Dog shit going on. So, you know what I'm saying? How do you mold a song out of that? So if you just have fun and everybody can just do, you know, OPP, and, you know, whatever the fuck. But when you really want to dig in, yeah, you know, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got to spread the funk out a little differently. And then my topic was different and my platform was different. But when you play that fun party shit all the time and you can't turn it off because that crowd is just stuck on you like that, that's got to be a hard way to roll, man. That's got to be deep. You know, I don't, that's fucked up to me. You know, you got to, the audience got to be able to accept you in many dimensions, bro. You know, and that's another reason that cats do the ghostwriting, because sometimes they can't even step out of themselves. Sometimes you start believing that shit, like I'm the party MC,
right?
You know, and then your label goes, hey, we want to go another direction. It seems like R&B and rap is going good now. We want to try something different, and you got to be able to be flexible enough to share your pace with whatever the tempo is. You know, it's a fucked up steez when you don't control your own, platform, you know?
Right. And that's the good, I mean, that's one of the good things about 2021 is that as an artist, I mean, you have a lot more flexibility and freedom and control to kind of do your own thing and chart your own course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are, you know, taking advantage of that. I think that's a good thing. Explain Mr. Most stuff.
Well, it's global now. It's global now. So it's not like you're just trying to please the U.S. and the U.S. charts. You know, you can be from Rochester, New York, and be popping in Russia. You know what I'm saying? If your algorithm floats to their shit, you know, and they relate with your shit, you know, you can be, you know, Lucky Donnie and shit and have a whole following in a whole other country. Cats have moved out of here to other countries because it's like I got tired of competing in the U.S. and been like, yo, over here I'm a god. I can just come off the toilet with a verse.
Yep.
And I got 12 shows.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, I always believe that you should always be a hometown hero from where you at, man. You know, if your own hood don't fuck with you, man, what the fuck are we talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, is you know, look at Master P. He had the support of the whole New Orleans, the South, and the whole shit. Look at the way that turns out. Look at the Cash Money, the Dr. Dre's. These cats were controlling their region.
Right.
They weren't going to Canada saying, well, they don't get us yet. Let me do whatever up here in Canada and act a fool and then go back to the U.S. as an import and everybody will love me. They ain't doing that. You know, that's why I respect a Tech 9. You know, that dude toured the country so fucking much. ICP, Cottonmouth Kings. Those dudes were doing the country so much, they didn't have to step off the grid to go get their name from another country and their popularity from another country and shit. You know, and there are a lot of black artists, you know, that have done that. But the majority doesn't because, you know, they don't tap into the frequency that where you're talking about writing from, that original shit that you was writing on your mom's floor and sampling her records to make your demo and shit like that. You were in a raw status then. You wasn't about to be like, yo, come and help me write anything. It was, the possession was there. You know what I'm saying? Cats become afraid of that for some reason. It's what got you on. You have to find the next tier of it. You don't duplicate that. You take it to the next level. What's the evolution? You got to figure out that math. If you lazy and don't figure out that math, you basically written off your own ticket, dog.
Right.
You know, and that's the majority of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know, the best thing that any of those legend artists can do is come back and show that you love it. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back just singing me a song from back then. Sing me something now, man, that says you still have the urge to write in your motherfucking lab when you got 5 minutes away from your kids and everything. And you say, yo, I love everybody that bought my cassettes and CDs all the way to digital, whatever. Let me give you something, you know, as appreciation. I think that's the best thing any legend can do. But if you just come around all the time and you just singing the same old fucking shit all the time, you know, it makes our generation look weak. That's why these cats jumped over us. They don't even go to us for reference, dog. We at least went to our elders for reference. These cats don't even come here for reference. Like, nigga, I already got more money coming in per month on the YouTube than you have for your whole shit, man. I'm good, and I don't need anything from you. You don't know this platform. That's where the arrogance starts. You know what I'm saying? But I never had to bend down and kiss nobody's ass for my position. You know, if there was an argument to be had. You know what I'm saying? Those lanes that they ride, you're going to have to kiss somebody's ass. No reason the baby should have to fucking apologize for what he felt in his mind to say to his fucking audience. Okay? If he got 30 million followers, then he has a frequency that they agree with. Okay? So if he says something off the wall, like, you know, like Lil Wayne's line talking about Emmett Till or whatever, black folks have a way to deal with people socially to shut that shit down. We don't need assistance from the media and all kinds of shit. So if the baby has said something so deep and motherfucking offensive, we know how to shut him down and make him be cool because we buy his shit or not. Okay? At the end of the fucking day. So again, we should be controlling our industry, putting in the tastemakers, putting in the A&R, putting in the psyche check, the mental check on some of these cats. You don't want to empower a fucking terrorist. We went through that in one of our podcasts too, getting the mind checked. Pre and not after. Don't fucking have the nigga and the psychiatrist after he done ran a four-wheeler off the side of the cliff during the video, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, do that shit ahead of time. Like, yo, nigga, you not well. I don't think you fit well on the bus with 12 niggas going from town to town. I don't think I want to be responsible for your fucking bullshit. So, you know, there are benefits to having the label structure. And I think that it also sets a level of what you got to do to get involved. You know, it's not like, hey, I'm dope. I'm in my car. Everybody click on me and it's all good. That's not a career. Okay? That's you experimenting. When you really are established and somebody says, yo, I want to get in with you. Let me put a little money to become a partner with your shit. That's an honor, dog. That's an honor. It's not cutting you out of no money. What you want to do, get the check or sit around and get chump change while somebody makes advertisement dollars off of your presence and all kind of bullshit, and they handing you a couple shillings and shit for your get down. That's some real bullshit.
Shillings.
That's what the fuck it is, man. Peso, shillings and shit, whatever.
10 pence.
You know?
A 10 pence.
Exactly, Lord. Exactly. Real
oh
shit.
Shit! You mentioned as far as the legends kind of, you know, not spit, you know, kind of spitting some new shit. And
Work.
I want to give a big shout out, a big appreciation to Cool G Rap, who at the age of 53 is still banging it. I mean, banging it. And whereas other cats, you know what I'm saying, there are a lot of quote unquote legends who you go to a show. That's why I don't go to a lot of these legend shows no more, because for the niggas that I know that aren't putting out new music, I know it's gonna be the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? For perfect example, Big Daddy Kane gives a great show, but like it's Set It Off, Raw, Ain't No Half Stepping, couple other joints, and he's out. Boom, we know that's what it is.
And that's why that battle is gonna be interesting, because Chris never stopped writing, never stopped performing from the top of his dome. So what are y'all gonna judge this battle on? Is it the fact that Kane had more commercial success, or the fact that KRS kept writing and performing for all of the years from the first time that you've seen him? What are y'all going to judge that battle?
Right, and that's what I say in general when I'm looking at Cat Show. Like, longevity matters. If you take a break from this shit for 10 years, it's like, look at, I use the sports analogies too. Like, if somebody played the whole time you were out and racked up yards and points or assists or whatever, and you sat out, then that's on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think as far as that cares, Big Daddy, to me, that's a no contest, man. I mean, that's not even close, man. That's not even close, because by the time, you know, my man got blocked from Big Daddy Kane's page for saying I get the job done was trash, because it kind of was. So by the time he got to like the love shit, mean, that's all it was. Chocolatey. Everything was chocolatey. You know, so
yes,
I wasn't fucking with that chocolate shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's for.
But it was for the ladies.
Yeah. So
all right, and the ladies got him. The ladies got him a movie.
Well,
ladies got him.
Of course.
The guys ain't doing shit for you. The guys ain't doing shit for you, yo. And look. So you think about this battle, like if it's 50-60% women making noise and hollering for Kane, KRS you out.
Yeah.
How the fuck did KRS lose to Nelly? Women. Okay? Women. They dictate the pace of this. Bro, I'm so curious to see how this battle goes. I am fucking so curious. Because I'm gonna say, what are y'all judging hip hop by? Are you judging it for the fact that this man has success and blew out wherever KRS didn't go? KRS is not movie material. He couldn't have been in Posse with the fucking hat on and fucking with Sally Richardson or whatever. He's not that. Okay? So what are you going to judge it off? The fact that his rap took him somewhere, or the fact that KRS kept up with the original format and advanced with that? Remember how we were talking about advanced? You're not singing the bridges over like you rocked it in 19 whatever the fuck. You singing the bridges over with a different energy. The crowd is wilding the fuck out. And then Kane is a showman. Kane is a showman like doing James Brown steps. Chris is not doing that. So what are you going to do when Kane does the split, brings Scoob and Scrap and all the girls go, woo! That's going to look like a point for him.
Yeah.
Okay?
But real motherfuckers know, like if you're just looking at straight facts,
right.
This shit ain't close. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at the fucking WWE shit and the Chris Jericho shit or whatever the fuck you want to talk about, my nigga, like then all right. Then you know, if you want to do all that, you know, Four Horsemen shit, cool. But we all know, as far as this goes, man, this ain't no fucking this ain't close. And I love
hey, bro.
And I fuck with
I don't know.
But Criminal Minded and By All Means Necessary alone shut this shit down.
Hey, bro. In our eyes, look, think about the top 5 artists right now. All right? And think about the time that we're in. This is not a logical motherfucking audience, bro.
Oh no.
Okay?
No.
This could be Buster Douglas.
I'm trying to be logical.
Right. Exactly. This could be Buster Douglas and be like, oh shit. You saw what Kane did? Hey, I looked at Ja Rule the other day, and I thought that he did well in that fucking battle, bro. With the Fat Joe and all that shit. I thought he did well, and I don't fuck with Ja Rule.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but everyone said that Ja Rule won that shit based on showmanship and stuff and everything else. So everyone said that. Everyone said that shit. And
bro,
they said the fact. They said I saw 2 minutes of it. They said that like this guy made it seem like it was just gonna be a walk in the park. But like, so I guess they said Ja Rule won that shit. Yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I thought Kane was going to go up against Rakim, and that's what I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see KRS go against somebody like Buster.
But here's the thing.
So he could see.
Kane said in an interview that, you know, back in the day when everybody wanted that battle between him and Rakim,
right.
He said who he wanted was KRS because he said because KRS was more of a battle rapper than Kane was, than Rakim was. So he said that's who he actually really wanted to battle, because he said that's who he felt that was more of a match, I guess. So
I felt that Kane and Rakim would have been a better match because they, you know, hip to hip wise, and plus they were battling back in the days. I think it would have been a good closure, you know, to who's better and who's not or whatever for people who need that in their system. I just want to hear them sing the joints on the same stage. I'm not even into the battle of it. I liked how Raekwon and Ghost did that, where they would just, you know, okay, you got that one, I'm putting my shit out. It was almost like a Pokemon card type of shit. And I fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, cats started getting angry and mad. The Dipset shit was more like, you know, like you forgot who the fuck we are. I knew Dipset was going to win that from the gate. I don't see, the Locks. I didn't see the Dipset as a lyrical force like how the Locks held down. They held on to their crowd through that D Block shit on the mixtape level, and the city still fucks with them. You know, the #1 city for hip hop still fucks with them heavy. So I don't, you know, I didn't see how they thought that was gonna go any different and whatnot. But that's why I say this game is awkward, bro. I don't see an upset, you know, in our mind as KRS because lyrics and all this other thing. But, you know, Kane again was a game changer. You know what I'm saying? He brought a different cadence in, made cats switch up. So, you know, in a place where his career can begin again, or he can get a little bit more out of the rag, he may step up in a different place, bro. He may be like Holyfield stepping up to Tyson and, you know, and like, oh shit. I didn't know you had it in you.
And like you said, if he comes out with Scoop and Scrap and they doing the fucking lean on me shit or whatever, you know what I mean? And they fucking bouncing around like fucking
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking right.
Ain't no half step and come out, you know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be good. I mean, either way, they you know what I'm saying, legends as far as that shit goes, and you know, but on paper, in reality, in our real world, we know what it is, man. I mean, as far as that goes, you know what I'm saying? we know what it is. Damn, it's fucking it's 9 o'clock already, man. Shit is crazy.
Damn, it always moves fast.
You know, what do you have? Let everybody know, because I mean, again, the algorithms are crazy. People don't always see the show. Like, let everybody know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Always eager to hear some new music. What's popping for Brother J these days?
Well, you know, we finishing up the documentary. I started putting out the little teasers and whatnot, just some footage that we weren't using. So I just wanted to, you know, put some creativity around it and just push it and give people kind of a frequency of where we're going to be building from. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel telling our story like, you know, 3 little boys walking up the street talking about, hey, we're going to make an X-Clan crew. I don't have that kind of drama to our shit. It's more based on principles that are missing right now. You know, that's the whole way we're doing this documentary series. So I just started dropping different things about Marcus Garvey and, you know, the different members in our movement, the difference between X-Clan and Black Watch, where people just thought it was the X-Clan movement, you know, a lot of little definitions. So they'll be able to watch the film a little easier when we're done. So the soundtrack to that will be entertaining. And then me and Jinx have been working also. You know, we've been working on this project, the Legion of the Acquired and whatnot. It's going to be pretty ill. And I've been dying to work with my friend for years. I know Jinx like 20 years since I've been out in the West. So, you know, for his history, Mold and Exhibit and Cube and different cats like that, you know, he's been to Phil Jackson for a lot of niggas. You know, Phil Blackson, let's say. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been fucking with him on these joints. We got about 6 joints done now that I've written, 3 I've recorded. So I'm probably going to have 11 joints on that. And but we'll let you know.
You got like 6 done?
Yeah, I got 6 done now.
Yeah, that you wrote yourself too.
Of course, Lord. You got that, yeah, man. But you know what? I am, you know, getting hooks and stuff from different people. I want to work with different artists and whatnot. Like when I did the shit with Damien, I wasn't, you know, like I gotta write the hook and you sing it. We came together and the shit made sense. You know what I'm saying? So I plan to go back to LA and even to New York to some musicians that I fuck with and kind of get some different hooks. I do want to expose some different artists that are out there. So it's going to be entertaining, man. It's going to be fun.
That's dope. If you ever need anybody to say that shit trash me on an album, I do that.
I know who to call. I know who to call.
You know, that's all I do. I want like 4 joints to saying that.
I'll be seeing you on there dissing all that shit. It'd be some funny shit too, man. Oh, I'll be cracking the fuck up.
It gets me through. That's therapy for me though, man. I mean, that shit is it's painful. Like it's so I have to just get it out some way. So whatever.
Yeah, man. I mean, after a while, bro, the party's gonna end and cats are gonna see like, yo, man, what the fuck have I been doing? Let me step my shit up. It's inevitable, bro. It happened in my era. You know what I'm saying? It happened in my era, bro. You look at all the shit that was around me at that time. You know, everybody was dancing and cooning, and I didn't have no dance. I didn't have, you know, I'm a messenger. I'm training with a movement every day. We rolling the streets and, you know, getting in police face and standing up for our folks and shit. These cats talking about, the new this and the, you know, it wasn't a hard dance then. It was some kicking slide shit and well, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that the element of dance is not what's happening, but it didn't control all of hip hop to me.
Yeah.
All right. There was a side where there's some serious spitters who want to hear some raw, you know, head cracking, and Kane was that at one time.
Yeah,
and you know, even Chris was that at one time. So if they return back to where they gave birth, you know, when they shit was real ill, that's gonna be an interesting situation. It ain't gonna be a Thanos sweep of Kane, you know, with KRS with his shit, man. I think it's gonna be interesting, bro. They forget.
We should see.
You know, they forget who Kane was, bro.
Right, right. And real quick before we get out of here, too, you got another project coming up with was it Killer Priest, right? You already let the cat out of the bag about that. So I never seen it.
We had spoke about doing it, but the COVID thing stopped us, you know, from really, for me, as far as digging in further with promotion. We had a couple of promoters that were interested in that situation, but I don't feel comfortable doing that shit. You know, even tonight in the town that I'm in, you know, they having the Whalers a town over from us. And as much as I want to see the Whalers, I'm not willing to go get a jab to go see Bob Marley's band and whatnot. So I would hate to put people in that kind of position. We gathering, you know, members of the Wu and then affiliates of the clan. You know, I'm talking about bringing wise, intelligent, and dope ass cats, Barrel Monch on my side, and then bringing, you know, 2 or 3 Woos, Inspector Deck and Capadonna, Killer Priest, and we getting down tonight. You know, that would be ill. But I wouldn't want nobody to have to compromise their health to come into a spot to see us like that. I would hate to even clickbait it or put them in a position like that, my lord.
I feel you. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, you know, hopefully, you know, something comes about where we can have venues and not have this prejudice and these little civil war battles that we're going through. And I would love to give it to them. I would love to give them some real shit.
Yeah, that would be dope. And I do want to talk to you offline about. I told you about this one artist. I feel strongly about linking you with this artist, Ill Conscious. He's from Baltimore. It's like, I think I told you, like, it's like G-Rap meets Brother J. Like,
wow, like that.
Like the spit it. I mean, like big pun flow, but like,
yes,
he's on it though. Like, I'm like,
he busted.
I feel that strongly about it. That like, I'm saying it because I want to remind you. I want to like think. I don't want to forget it. That like, yes, I need to sing you some music. I need to make. I just need you need to at least hear his shit and be like, yo, like. Yeah,
I'm interested, man. I got a couple things. Me and Jinx are working on some things where we're gonna be doing like an artist showcase. So I'm not gonna give the tempo and the flavor of it, but I will be looking for artists of that caliber, especially conscious artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to prove my point, but I do want to state that I feel like the content of conscious artists is a missing ingredient in this stream. And, you know, I tell brothers like Jinx and Battle Cat, the R, you know, different producers that I deal with, Poetic, you know, I tell them that, you know, we got to start making hooks for cats like that, like we're talking about, giving music that's going to instantly get the appeal, because the radios are not even going to fuck with it unless it's like a community radio or something coming out of somebody's crib. But I just feel that that element is missing. I think if they really heard some of the more intelligent content and not just fun party time, balance it. I'm not talking about cutting off the party time, balance it. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be a much better stream and a much better situation. So I am looking for cats like that and to put them in front of quality producers, because I am an A&R for what I do. You know, I am that artist development. I don't fuck with anybody without that kind of mental. If I'm listening to anything, if I'm dealing with an artist, or I'm being 100% honest, I'm not being the Simon Cowell, you know, whatever the guy's name is. But, you know, my shit is to let you know, like, if you need to go back in the lab, you know, I'm giving it to you in fairness and truth, so you can come out here and smash and win for real.
I'm gonna send you the music. He's done a few joints with Planet Asia. He's nice, yo.
That's what's up. Asia's my daughter.
He's nice. What's the best way to send you music?
Same my email and whatnot.
So you want are you on any of the street? Well, if I send you a link to shit, you can gather it. All right.
Yeah, I got all the little transfer and all that other shit. You can send me a folder.
Got you. So
yeah, big up to Outer Reach Productions and Billy Nix. He sent me some bangers and shit. I was impressed.
Oh, word.
He sent me some dope shit. I was looking for something for me and Wise Intelligent to rock, and I think homie hit it on the nail and whatnot. So I've been dying to do that for a long time, man. Big up to Wise. I saw him on the stream too, and big up to everybody who tuned in today too. All the family. I see all the family on here. But I definitely want to do something with Wise. I think that's overdue. And as well as Chuck. I've done something with Chris. But Chuck D, I have a song for him and I have a song for Wise. So you can look for that. You know, if the brothers have time.
That's dope. I've been meaning to ask you about Chuck D. I mean, we need a Chuck D Brother J project, man. Fuck all the bullshit. That's the world needs that.
Chuck is a busy man, son. That brother, he got over 100 tours under his belt, brother. I'm in admiration of that dude. 100 tours, dog. I'm like, you know, that's like LeBron status and shit. You look at all the finals and shit.
Yeah.
You know, that dog is like, he's big to me, man. My brother, he's my big brother, man. Definitely that.
No, word. So we're gonna get out of here. So next week we got Carlton Fisk, Staten Island Wu-Tang on the show. Following week, NM North Philly graffiti writer, fucking legend out there. And then we got Festo, my man Festo, Hieroglyphic Souls of Mischief. The following week, we got a bunch of cats coming on. So and then then we're back to you. So
yes, brother.
So then
I look forward. I look for how do we see these comments and stuff, man? There's no way to tape them or capture them. I'll be missing what the people will be saying.
Well, a lot of it's bullshit. That's why I haven't said anything. So, but I mean, as far as like, there's people like let me freestyle. You want me to? I'll read everything to you if you want. No, a lot of people quoting your lyrics. People, you know what I'm saying? They come up. You should be able to see them. You don't see them at all?
Yeah, man. I see like the little tags on the bottom, but it's not like a clear stream. I guess I would block myself. I didn't want to start pressing buttons and cut off in the middle of our stream and shit. So yeah, I guess I got some more learning to do and whatnot.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're worthy to talk about, I pull them up. But a lot of people showing love. I mean, some I would say they're not worthy, but I mean. But you know what I'm saying? I can gas your head up if you want. Everybody's just quoting Brother J lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking Brother
They ready for another video and shit. I'm doing primetime lyrics. I'm doing primetime lyrics this weekend, so that shit will be out as soon as we finish editing and whatnot. I'm just starting to record joints out of my catalog and whatnot. So, you know, so we got another video coming up real soon and whatnot. Definitely. Word. So big up to Hip Hop Medicine.
Word, that's dope. So thanks everybody for joining in. It's episode 9, Constant Elevation with Brother J X Clan. We're gonna have this up on the YouTube channel as always, and on it's gonna be on podcasts and all that, and everywhere streaming and blah blah blah. Every channel up in your living room, up in your face. So
that's right.
We're gonna do it again next month. It'll be here before we know it. So have a safe month, and
salute.
Let's talk. Thanks everybody for joining in and being cool and hanging out and getting some of this knowledge from Brother J. It's been good. I always appreciate you, man, for real. So I really do.
Thank you, fam. I appreciate you too, man. Good topic, good brother.
Absolutely, and salute to my street team and think tank for coming up with that topic, man. We've been talking about that in this group chat a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we found out that I keep finding out people didn't write that shit. Don't get me started, brother. I gotta go smoke now. Fucking stressed out.
Do your thing, man.
No, but I do. Listen, real quick. As I always appreciate your different take on things and for looking at a different picture, because again I'm the fan, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna whine and cry about my team, you know, like we all do. And so I appreciate you kind of, you know, adding a different perspective that actually makes sense. It's not a different perspective that's some fuck shit. It made perfect sense. So I appreciate that.
It's a balance. It's a balance. All things in my eye, man. Always the scales.
Word.
So it's all good.
You did it. I mean, again, the crown jewel of that shit was you, like, at least saying, yo, if some of these top tier motherfuckers had ghostwriters, niggas
I would be mad.
Off cliffs.
I would be mad. There's a couple of legends I'm mad right now, but I wouldn't pull them out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pull them out. But yeah, I hear you. That's right. Anyway,
I'll be trying to be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Give thanks, man. Give my regards to the family, good brother. Be safe out here, all right?
Same here. You do the same. And we'll talk soon.
All right, man. Peace, God.
Peace, everybody.